So we've only got a couple of weeks left for the season. I thought, you know what, let's go through every single way to get it done quickly, get it out of the way, and hopefully get a better season next time. So I've got on my second account so I can show you everything that we need to do. Obviously this is completely on the lowest division at the moment. You've got pretty much, how many days? 13 days to go. I believe you should be now around about the level 20, give or take, depending on how much SP you've truly grinded. In total, you're looking at 35,000 from 0 to the top. So let's have a look at what we could get right now. And obviously at 6 PM, which this video will be out by, we will have a new set of player objectives, club objectives, and manager as well. Which hopefully as well, we should get the bi-weekly. It was meant to be last week, but I'm assuming they're going to do it this week potentially. Or at least a big jump in SP to be able to get for this week. So, starting off with the seasonal, this is going to give yourselves a lovely 4, 6, 8, 1,350. This will get you through the first level, and all of it is in the career mode, clubs, or ultimate team by playing 10, 15, scoring 6, 12, and also 18. So, pretty much this is a AFK one. You kind of just have to do all the other stuff and this will come in. It does refresh now, so if you've not done it prior to this, then you need to be making sure you are doing this, but likely chances are if you're playing every week, more than likely you are doing this at a minimum. If you need coins in FC25, lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins, with the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy. We are then looking at the Ultimate Team one. So, in terms of this, they got the Rush 100. This is going to be play 15 Rush matches and win 15 Rush matches. This is going to be for another 1,000 SP. We don't get anything for completing it, so if you don't want to actually finish it, more than likely with 15 wins and 15 played, you more than likely will finish all of this anyway. So another 1,000 that you can throw on top, which takes us up to about 2,350. This is going to be all without the bi-weekly, which I believe is like another 4,000 from last time anyway. We then go on to the seasonal. We have the daily objectives as always. That's going to give us up to about 2.5 if you're kind of being rounding up a little bit. We have got the weekly objectives that will change again. This will just pretty much refresh once more. As we know, EA don't give us any more different objectives, so it's going to be the exact same. We've got complete 3 daily objectives 3 times. That's going to give us 250, so basically finishing this 3 times in the whole week. We then have list 7 players on the transfer market. Again, if you just want to go and buy bronze packs, list 7 players up for 200 each. There you go, 250 points. Score 5 goals with any players from France. Play 8 games of Ultimate Team, win 6 games of Ultimate Team, and win 3 matches, or Rush matches. So if you are trying to do the Rush 100 and also the seasonal objectives, you should be able to kind of put some dent into absolutely all of that. That's going to give you, what, 1,500, 2,000 points in total. So we're looking at about 4.5 to 4.6 just for right now. This is without obviously going up another week as well, or having the bi-weekly. Then we've also got the night kits. Personally for me, I really wouldn't bother with these if you haven't already. I feel like we won't necessarily need them. But it is going to give you an extra, 1,000 points per one. You can get them done just by playing free, winning free, and scoring free. You don't actually have to do them both. You just have to put both of them on, home and away, and you'll get both of them done at the same time. So that's another 2,000 points if you are struggling, if you've missed any of the other players. We have 500 for playing 10 with at least 2 D1 players and also winning 6 with 2 D1 as well. That's going to get us up to roughly about 500, so about 7,000 give or take, and then pretty much everything else is going to be based on the Centurion's 10 of 10. We get 500 for assisting with a Centurion player 10 times, and also the same for scoring, and then you also get an extra 1,000 SP for finishing the whole thing. It isn't necessarily a massive deal, but there is a bit of games to go on this. That would take you up to about, give or take, 8,500 now. We then have nothing in the FC Pro. We do have the Masterclass. If you wanted to do this, if you've not finished it, it will give you an extra 2,000, which would take us up to 10,000 pretty much a third of the way there then. Nothing's going to be a milestone, so then we would be into the manager objectives, if obviously we don't get the bi-weekly, which I'm assuming we would. We do have brand new seasonal for this new season, so if you haven't finished any of these, we've got make 5 top grade transfers. Basically, go and sign 5 free agents, always a top transfer. Promote free youth players. You can just start a random save, go Real Madrid or anybody. They've got to be 90 plus, so a Real Madrid, a Man U, a Man City is going to have the highest amount of youth stars, but it has to be 1 save, I believe. I don't think you could do it over multiple game saves. Let me know if you can. I've just done it on 1, so just taking that. Then you've got to add 10 different players to the shortlist. Obviously, that one's got to be on the same save file as it does suggest. It is just going into the transfers and shortlisting 10 players. Pretty simple. Major competition, UCL, Europa League, Premier League, any major competition of kind of a major cup. Not necessarily the FA Cup, I believe that's a minor cup. I could be wrong actually, but I'm pretty much just win the league. That's how I take that one. 10 press conferences, that one's going to be throughout your career. Obviously before the match you'll be able to do the conference. It's just do 10 of them. 5-star coach, obviously if you're doing the coaches with the weekly, just gotta be a 5-star coach. That one's pretty much self-explanatory. Go into coaches and I'll show you all of it in a second once we go through the weekly one. Obviously the 20 training drills, again it's pretty standard when it comes to it. I'm pretty sure I have a manager to career on here actually, because this is the second account. Normally I only do everything on the main. I just like to have this second one just purely to have every objective not done so I can see how many points we can truly get and see if we can get this done as quick as possible. So we've actually got a Newcastle career mode. So obviously with a 5-star coach, predominantly you're going to find major teams that will have them rather than necessarily like an Accrington Stanley. They're not going to have a 5-star coach available, but everything's pretty much going to be in the tactical preset for the hiring of a coach. You want to go into coach management and then you should be able to find one with the right team. Just down here, obviously, you can go ahead and search for whatever you can. You've just got to find a lovely 5-star. Obviously being at Newcastle, there isn't one. But if you want to hire a manager, or a coach in fact, that is how you do it there. We also then have got the team management. This is going to be for making a tactical change. Swap it out, so go into their default. We just change tiki-taka and I'll change them to an inside forward. Absolutely done. Easy. That's the weekly one as well. We've also got the training plan. That's going to be able to change a training plan. So we just change one of them there. And then normally I just change one here. So I'll just change it to performance based. Obviously with this save, I don't play any matches. I will literally just do what I need to do and that's about it. That's the training plan. Then if you go back into the hub, we should then be able to see obviously with the 5-star coach will be in this. We've obviously do a lot of these just by playing matches. Then we've obviously already finished the set in a training plan, hiring a coach, and then you've got to play the 5 matches. Just so you know, promoting youth staff. Obviously when you go into the academy, go into the youth squad and you basically just need to find 3 players that are 92 potential. So we go over here and we go like that. We've got 2 of them here, so we can just go ahead and promote to the senior team. It's as simple as that really. When it comes to the shortlist, obviously you want to go to the transfer scouting report. When we go into here, it is just as simple as going ask to scout, or you can obviously shortlist in the transfer hub. So you're just shortlisting 10 different players, which then concludes the manager objectives. Into the player, pretty standard again. Obviously transfer a club, that's going to be at the end of a season. You have to hit all of the objectives. Again, I will show you in a second. Player of the season is actually Ballon d'Or win. Ballon d'Or win is actually player of the season. The only way that you can do that on your first ever season is by playing with either Haaland or playing with Hansen. They are programmed to win the Ballon d'Or. No matter if you score 1 million goals in the first 5 months of playing, they are programmed to win the first one. If you still want to carry on, then obviously you can go for the second season and it's all square. You can do whatever you want. Player of the month is just by basically scoring a few goals in a month. Pretty easy. Then we will show you the max out skill category as well. Obviously with this you've got to play 5 matches, perform a hat-trick. I think that's pretty standard. Hat-trick is 3 goals in 1 game. You can do that with the highlight. Reach top manager favour, basically playing matches, you'll get that done. Same as the 10 match objectives. Complete an agent objective, 5 activities, and also a play style. So if you want to do this, I'm going to save and quit this one. Don't really need to save it if you don't want, because then you can come back and do it again. But obviously that is for the weekly more so than the seasonal. If you want to create a new player, I don't know if I've started a new player or not. Have we started our own player or we joined somebody? I don't even know myself, to be honest. Anyway, regardless, we'll go to my pro. Obviously with this, we've got the personality. I think I'm playing with somebody. So obviously with the objectives, you've got your path. If we choose a team, say we chose Bournemouth for whatever reason, finishing any of them objectives, the tackling rate, the matches in started, if we finish any of them, that is a agent objective. We then also have the activities which are next to them. We just need to buy 5 of them. So just buying quite literally 5 of these will get the activities done. And then also you have got your personality, which is going to be able to do a play style. You have to then, so I've done that. If you want to max out a skill category, then obviously for that you're going to have to go ahead and make your own player, because they will have the skill categories. So if we go new player career, we'll then just go for a brand new one. We'll use initial squads, and then we want to create a men's player or women's, doesn't matter which one. Click the first one. We'll advance him straight through. Doesn't matter about anything really, because you will obviously get a Playstyle Plus straight off the bat as well. The only thing that you're not going to get with this is the Ballon d'Or win straight away. You can get the Player of the Season done on the first season, but you can't get the Ballon d'Or. So if you're starting with this, unfortunately, it's just going to have to be for the next season. So once you're in here, obviously we will go through all the training, and then you'll be able to go into it. So we'll just skip it. And then what you can see when you go into My Pro, will have the player growth. This is going to be a couple of matches, and basically you just need to tap all of these on, get enough skill points to make sure all of this is done. The pace is the easiest one, because obviously you've got a few trees that you could do. I think you can... I want to say you could do one of these, like you could do one out of the 2 here, but I've just done pace as it's normally the quickest one that you can get done. So that's going to be all of your max out skill category. So from that, we've then obviously got the transfer club done, player of the season, month, Ballon d'Or win, and max out skill category. Then we've obviously equipped it a Playstyle Plus, 5 activities, agent objectives, and the rest can be done there. The final one is going to be the clubs, which will have a bi-weekly as well, which is pretty standard across the board. Play 6 club matches, which are in league, play 10 rush, win 4 league, win 6 rush, assist 5 goals in the league, score 9 in the rush, 15 tackles in the league, and 25 in rush. With the bi-weekly objectives, all you do is you basically get a double up of these, where they're like play 10, play 12, play 20, and you could just do the goals, assists, and tackles as well. So we roughly will get between, say we was on about 8,500, so we're on roughly about 9.3 with that, 9.3, and then you obviously get to about 9.5 give or take. And then if we was to go into the manager and career and add them, we would then be, I think we're over 12 actually now. So then you'd obviously have 200 for each of these. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, and then you also have 400, so that's 1, 8. We then have another 200, so we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 2, 8, we're finishing the career, and then obviously the player, I think we didn't do, so we got about like what, 3, 4, 5, so about, you're looking realistically for finishing all of these anywhere between 16 to about 22,000 with the bi-weekly. The bi-weekly normally is a big jump of XP or SP, so you normally get like 2 to 4,000 per one. You'll get 1 in seasonal, 1 in ultimate team, and then 1 in clubs. So if you finish all of them, you pretty much from the bog standard could get it done in almost 1 week. Then with Friday's objectives as well, you'll be pretty much at like the final couple of levels to be able to finish this season in a matter of probably 10 hours, I'd say, if you wanted to do all of it. Obviously, the player of the season's going to take a little bit of time. Some of it you can't actually highlight games, but if you do the 5 matches, highlight the rest, then if you're doing a bit of the clubs, you'll get it done pretty easily. So that's going to be how you get it done as quick as possible. Let me know down below how far you're away, if you're even that bothered, and hopefully Season 3 is much better.